Welcome to the Wargaming.net League North America World of Tanks competition. I am Ben, Mr. Bitternickel. It is July 19th, and on this day in history, German U-boats made a tactical withdrawal from the U.S. Atlantic coastline due to highly effective anti-submarine measures taken by the U.S. To my right is my good friend Kevin Rotterdam van der Kooi, and he's going to tell us what U-boat stands for.
An Unterseeboot, man.
Unterseeboot?
It's just German for submarine, basically. Or, well, below the water. Below the sea.
Under the sea.
Yeah, let's not start singing.
Let's
not go there yet.
Oh,
man.
come on.
A little later in the show when we loosen up a little bit.
One seat down from Roddy is our good friend Randall Rookill Holcomb.
Howdy.
Straight out of the west.
And we got a lot of great tanks to watch today and to play today. But before, let's backtrack some of our highlights from yesterday, starting off with Cunningham's versus Nerve, and what was one of the most surprising and dominant performances I've seen thus far in the WGL. Nerve versus Cunningham's was going to be, in my opinion, a very close, highly contested match. But the organization, the execution, and the phenomenal grace under fire executed, or exercised, I should say, by Team Nerve was just way too much for the Cunninghams to handle. They were completely dominated. Nerve won that entire series 3-0. And these are the final moments on Insk, where Trireme has a very bad day.
Nerve is kind of your team to watch, though, man. You've been saying it since their very first clan war.
And they have delivered time and time again. They're undefeated so far. Our second highlight from yesterday's matches was Fulcrum versus River of Blood. This time we're on Himmelsdorf. River has developed a reputation as being a highly aggressive team, and Fulcrum took that knowledge and just stuffed it. Said, we're going to take the battle to you guys. We're not going to let you dictate the pace. Charging, I should say, right across the middle of Himmelsdorf, setting up a great position on River of Blood's flag, and ultimately executing a battle that was absolutely unwinnable for fan favorites, but suddenly not league-leading River of Blood. Our final highlight from yesterday's gameplay will be from Ermagerd Kernavern versus Simplistic. EC missing one of their key players, goes up against Simplistic, and you know what? Simplistic was yet to win a match in the WGL, and I kind of thought EC was going to run all over them. Organizationally, though, Simplistic was just better. And here we can see it once again on Himmelsdorf, a very well-executed push here from Simplistic, and the key to this entire battle is just Simplistic got their shots and EC didn't. Too many misses, too many bounces, and not really enough focus. Simplistic does a great job picking up their first win in the league, and keeps their hopes of going on to our offline finals in Las Vegas alive. So, fun games yesterday. In my opinion, the most fun day of games we've had thus far in the WGL. Very exciting. Not much of that slow passive style that has been getting popular. It was all action all the way. Today's matches are going to be Turtle Police versus Refuse to Die, Mop 4 versus Nerve. Very excited for that one. Simp versus Simplistic. Awesome story there. Simple Tankers versus the Cazadores, and Bear Huggers versus Scurry Hard to top us off.
It's going to be a simple day, man. Lots of Simp.
That's exactly right, man. And how cool is it that Simp, one of the truly, I guess, dominant clans in the clan war scene, is now representative of 3 of our 16 teams.
7 would be really crazy. That would be some serious domination. Then you're going to have to bring Rookill back.
Randall, you're a Simp tanker yourself. How proud are you of your boys for putting together such an impressive lineup?
I think they're doing a pretty good job, and if they can keep it up, I'll be proud. So, yeah.
Short and sweet, just like always. Quick look at the rules format, just in case you aren't aware. We are playing 7 versus 7, 42 tier points per team. Highest tier allowed is tier 8, and each match is more or less a best of 5. This is how the groups are shaken up. with Fulcrum, Turtle Police, Bear Hugger, Simple Tankers, Riverblood, Refuse to Die, Scurry Heart, and Cazadores making up Group A. Unfortunately, our records aren't listed there, but we can tell you that Fulcrum is dominating everybody, and the rest of the pack is kind of falling in behind them. Scurry Hard is my second team to watch in Group A. Group B of Simp, Mop 4, Strike, Wreak Havoc, Simplistic, Nerve, Cuttingham's, and EC. Of course, Simp, the highest seed in that group. I'm so excited for the looming Simp versus Nerve match, as I think that one's going to dictate who takes that group. Before we jump into our first matches of the day, I want to invite you, please, to get involved in the conversation on Twitter and on Facebook. Tweet at WGLNA, also at Rookill, at Rotterdam08, and at Mr. Bitter TV. Let us know what you think about the games. Like us on Facebook. Watch the VODs on our website, WGLNA.com. And most importantly, hit that follow button on Twitch so that you can get those alerts when we go live every single day.
Helps out a lot. Even in the middle of the night. It's like, rebroadcast, let's watch it.
It's time to tune in. World of Tanks is on again.
It's time to watch some tanks.
Let's cast some bets and win some games. Ready, let's jump in and have a word with the captains. Got Lord Commander representing the Turtle Police here on the left side of the screen. Lord Commander, how the hell are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Fantastic, thank you for asking. Now, you guys did have a little bit of a bumpy start in the group, but you picked up the win over Bear Huggers in your most recent match, and now here you are against Refuse to Die. What's your confidence feeling like at this point in the season?
I think we're all pretty pumped up. We're ready to turn it around, so we're going to play our best for sure.
Well, that is great news. Now, we always like to ask what words you have for your opponent as you get ready for the match. So what warning do you have for Refuse to Die?
I wouldn't say warning, just good luck.
Oh.
Fantastic. A Bag of Kittens once again here to represent his team, Refuse to Die. A Bag of Kittens. What's changed in your team's play style recently, and what can we expect to see out of you today?
Well, we're trying to keep it original, keep stuff fresh and new. Because we're a pretty new team, we don't have a ton of original strats. I mean, we're not like Fulcrum where we can just, today, we're going to pull up plan number 73 and, go with something like that. So we're just kind of on the fly trying to develop new stuff, so.
And what words do you have for Lord Commander and the Turtle Police as you get ready for this first match?
I think in the spirit of, being a good competitor, we're just going to stick with a good game for tonight. But I am definitely looking forward to good competition for a warm-up to tomorrow's fight for us. So.
Lord Commander, Turtle Police is the higher seed. That means you get to call the coin flip. What's it going to be?
Heads.
And there's the flip. It is tails. That means A Bag of Kittens can either choose the map or defer.
We'll defer.
To Lord Commander's map choice.
We'll do steps.
Steps will be the map. A Bag of Kittens can choose the spawn position.
We'll take north.
So it's going to be Refuse to Die in a north position on steps against the Turtle Police. Gentlemen, good luck. And thanks for stopping by and talking with us. And here we go, taking a quick look at the tanks. 1390s on the Refuse to Die side, and Turtle Police rocking T69s, a couple 1390s, both teams with a single WZ-132, and an L-Tractor, a LOL Tractor, driven by Lord Commander. Randall, why the hell would you ever bring a LOL Tractor?
Because you're awesome. That is exactly why. No other good reason to bring a LOL Tractor. Clearly, he just wants to play a fun little T1.
Action already out on the map as both teams have converged on this eastern front, and spots having gone down already. However, no real shots being fired. Looks like Bubsky took a little bit of damage, but just scratching the paint at this point.
I like it a lot by Refuse to Die to immediately go there as well, and certainly by Turtle Police to be this aggressive. Turtle Police not normally one of the most aggressive teams in the game, but starting off pretty heavy over here, Randall.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot. And Bao, ooh, Valkyrie was.
Valkyrie was taking a lot of damage over there, getting a couple of big shots in on his back.
Yep, dropping down to just 500 hit points. As we can see, Refuse to Die, that blue team, backing off of the aggression just a little bit. The Turtle Police are setting up underneath this ridge line. If you're an encounter player, this is right where the flag would be located. We play standard, however. in the WGL. Both teams just kind of skirting this ridge, as it looks like Memory Leak's going to poke over and take a couple of shots, but no real damage being taken or dealt.
Yeah, Ben, at this point, both teams can't actually engage. They don't have any real advantage, so neither team can cross this ridge. And where you see Anubis, Bao Bao, Memory Leak, this little ridge here is the only thing separating these teams from just a straight-out fight. And they're going to try and get as many shots off as they can, peeking over. This is kind of like the corner games of an open map.
Oh, as a Bag of Kittens takes a big shot for about 250 of his hit points. If we notice on the mini-map, those T1 Cunninghams are nowhere to be seen. They're just watching the flanks, making sure that there's no crazy movement happening. And of course, both teams know that there's no crazy movement happening because all 5 of the Tier 8s represented right here in this skirmish. Everybody has been spotted, at least in some capacity.
Now with the movements out of Refuse to Die here, I'm getting a feeling like we're going to see a push in a moment. Scringly, a Bag of Kittens, and Valkyrie Velas are moving out of their previously held positions. And from what I'm seeing out of Anubis and World War II Fnatic, I'm guessing we're going to see a push right here. Here it is.
They're going to spot them right on the get-go, though. Bubsky is spotted, and now Baba is spotted as well.
Oh, and a big shot from Bubsky, but I don't think he hit anything. Oh, wait, a Bag of Kittens has gone down. He got took out. And now Refuse to Die knows that they have to push the issue. Bubsky down to just 100 hit points. He is going to fall. Memory League trying to come over the hill here and offer some help as Valkyrie Velas drops down to 300 hit points. Anubis down to just 100, and it looks like the Turtle Police are getting the best of this exchange. Bubsky goes down. Valkyrie Velas still alive. Memory Leak, is he clipping or is he trying to line up a shot? Bouncing a shot even there. Refuse to Die with 3 Tier 8s still in the game against the, the 3 Tier 8s of Turtle Police. So
the biggest problem is that Valkyrie Velas is so low on HP. When you actually see that Parrot 1 is closing in on him, and Parrotone is able to pick him off as well. Is it Parrot 1, Ben?
That's Parrot 1.
Yes.
And now it's 26 tier points remaining for Turtle Police, only 18 for Refuse to Die. Means Turtle Police could back off here, and they would have the win all but locked up. A couple of T1s dancing around in the backfield, trying to come offer some form of distraction. Actually doing a little bit of damage there to World War II Fnatic, taking like 30 damage from the T1 Cunningham of Protector of the Realm.
And the biggest problem for them is that both the remaining Tier 8s are quite low on HP as well, Ben. But they find a small break, perhaps on Memory League, trying to pick him off, because he's the lowest Tier 8. Actually, they pick him off, wow, so they even up the game, no?
Memory Leak goes down, and that does even it up, 18 each.
Whoa, big shots there by Scringy and World War II Fnatic. I did not expect them to still be able to pick off a Tier 8, and now they're just on the run.
There are more hit points on the side of Turtle Police. I guess Refuse to Die is probably clipping right now. Randall, oh man. World War II Fnatic takes a couple of shots, but they do get behind those railroad tracks. Randall, what are you seeing, and what is your interpretation of the game so far?
Well, now it's just a matter of time because these 1390s have to kite out the remaining T69s. That is their only chance because the T69s cannot match their speed, and the light takes camo. So that is where these 1390s need to clutch the game.
Meanwhile, one of the T1s is capping as well. Of course, it's very unlikely that he's going to be able to succeed in that.
Nope.
Actually, he gets picked up immediately, so the LOL Tractor is dead. That's not very funny.
Unfortunate end there for...
I mean, in the craziest scenario, maybe Springy and World War II Fnatic are able to pick up Akiyama over here.
Oh, we got a 1v2. Akiyama could be in a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Hired Gun is on the flag, trying to make something happen. What's going on with that T69 fight on the other side of the map, though? We need to check that.
Well, Akiyama is trying to get shots here on World War II Fnatic and Scringly, but he doesn't quite have the gun depression. I don't know where Akiyama's battle buddy is, though.
Yeah, where is his backup?
Scringly's going to lead the charge. He takes a shot. And shoots one back. Oh man, Akiyama in that T69 is just too beefy.
He's gonna kill them both most likely. World War II Fnatic extremely low on
big
HP.
Plays, Akiyama now 13. And once again, here we go. Refuse to Die versus Turtle Police. Turtle Police leads 1-0. Let's take a quick look at the tanks, and we can see that it's AMX 5100s for Refuse to Die, an IS-3 and a KV-5.
certainly the KV5 ban is an interesting pick. We see it more and more these days. I know you're not the biggest fan of it. Randall, on the other hand, is quite a fan of the KV5. Randall, enlighten us.
Yeah, so Refuse to Die loves their KV5, and we've seen this a few times. Every time on Himmelsdorf, I believe I've seen them bring a KV5. It's a huge damage soak. That is the whole reason you bring the KV5.
God,
so
it's so
right
big.
now, looks like Valkyrie Veos is actually going to try and play the corner game over here in the south with this KV5. Here's exactly what I'm talking about. See that reverse angle out of the KV5? That's even stronger than out of an IS-3.
Well, he'll be able to sit on that corner and absorb damage for days. Meanwhile, Refuse to Die is going to play the hill game, sending, it looks like 3 of their tier 8s and 1 of their tier 1s up that hill to figure out what's up. And they're going to run into a couple of T1 Cunninghams who are going to be sacrificial lambs, I fear.
Seems like a little bit of an unfair fight ban. And then I'm very curious to see what all these tier 8s are going to do and if they're going to get spotted by these tier 1s in the first place.
Wow, very, very meticulous positioning here from Refuse to Die. None of the heavies, none of the tier 8s have been spotted. Only the T1 has been spotted, so right now Turtle Police has no idea.
Oh, they might be able to land some fire from the high ground. That is really sick. A Pyro might actually get some damage soon, Ben. I think a Bag of Kittens and World War II Fanatic are going to be able to hit it.
As we say, a Bag of Kittens does get spotted on that high ground. He is getting spots down to the low ground. I don't know if he got a single shot
Yeah,
off.
one of the IS-3, Pyro, took a little bit of damage from World War II Fanatic, but World War II Fanatic took damage as well.
Uh-oh, but Turtle Police realizing what is up, and they're going to push on the IS-3 and the KV-5, which are holding that back corner, and they are both angled very well. So Turtle Police going to try and make that push down the line. Here's Valkyrie Vuas getting his shots off. He's in a great position, as Randall has already demonstrated. He's very heavily armored.
Still, Ben, it's 5 against 2, so how much does the position truly matter?
Oh man, 5100s. Akiyama swings right around Hired Gun and is doing some serious work. Hired Gun will go right down. Akiyama takes some big damage from that KV-5.
Yeah.
Hasn't actually taken any damage, bouncing a couple shots. Now it's going to start to add up a little bit. Where is the rest of Refuse to Die? They're taking way too much time getting back. Valkyrie Vuas goes down. And this strategy, this plan did not pan out the way that Refuse to Die had hoped.
A lot of those tanks took quite some damage though, Ben. Maybe if Anubis and World War II Fanatic are able to pull a rabbit out of their head, they might still be able to turn this one around, because all those tanks are definitely washed up a little
Wait a
bit.
second. There's one big heavy and 2 small T1s on the cap. Refuse to Die. It was all a ploy. Hey, look at me, they said. And the only ones coming back to save the day, the T1 Cunninghams of Turtle Police, is protector of the realm. I don't know if Turtle Police is going to be able to get back in time.
Probably not, Ben. What do you think, Randall?
It's possibly they got 12 seconds left, and I did see a heavy tank down in. Oh, here he is.
T1 goes down. No reset. 5 seconds
3,
left. What
2,
a play! Refuse to
1.
Die
Wow.
with the the misdirection.
And the T69 was there just as well as said base captured. T69 a few seconds too late. Super close call. Really smart play.
Oh, phenomenal.
Alright guys, here we go with battle number 3 on Prokhorovka, where we can see that it's a 3090 party for Turtle Police. They got 4 3090s and of course a WZ-132 as well. While on the other side of Refuse to Die we see lots of T69s.
What?
You have to be on one team right now.
First
Randall.
time I've ever seen a
And a
Pershing.
Pershing, bringing it back, old school, man. I haven't seen a Pershing played in. It's been a little while. I think we saw one during the qualifiers, maybe, but that team didn't win, unfortunately. The Pershing is like the T69, but consistent fire.
Consistent fire, great gun depression, unlike the T69, we can say.
It's 1 more degree, just 1 degree difference.
It's great, Randall.
It is fantastic. It's like a tiny T-32.
We're actually going to the village, guys. This is something I see all that often on Prok.
Yeah, but both teams convening on this eastern little housing complex as we have tanks driving through people's living rooms and over their gardens, which is frustrating if you're settled in Prokhorovka, but otherwise...
If you really love nature, because the trees always fall as well.
I know, man.
Very unfortunate.
It's Turtle Police who seem to have the more developed position, but they're going to give that up and they're going to fall back. And it looks like take some sort of visual advantage point up on that high ground, or maybe not. I guess they're just abandoning this altogether, saying, Refuse to Die beats to the party, let's go try something else.
I actually didn't see any spotting, so I'm wondering if that was the decision. Did they see any of those medium tanks going over there?
Well, the WC-132 from Turtle Police was the first one to make it over the train tracks.
That Pershing did take one shot.
And
so
then everything else followed him, and he knew he was being followed.
Okay, so I guess they were lit long enough to be spotted as they crossed over. I would have thought that maybe they'd have gone dive right before that.
Now, it has to be said, on paper, T-69, the counter to the AMX 1390, there's a lot of 1390s on one side and a lot of T-69s on the other. What do you think that means for the match, Randall?
What I think is that Refuse to Die is going to be forced to aggress, because I don't think Turtle Police is going to really push into that. They're going to try and scout out the positions of Refuse to Die and get whatever free damage they can. And if they can get Refuse to Die low enough, then they'll make a big push. But for right now, Turtle Police can just kind of roam around the map and take advantage of any weaknesses that Refuse to Die has.
I like what I'm seeing from the Turtle Police, really staying incredibly active and now pushing all the way up the western side of the map with...
And above all, Ben, Refuse to Die is completely unaware of it. They don't even have a T1
They're suddenly going to have 8 tanks or 7 tanks sitting on their cap.
And then it's just going to be an all-out brawl.
They are pretty close. I don't think they're so far away that they can't respond to a cap.
No, but they're still going to have to drive into them straight away.
They are. They are. And oh man, it's going to be such a toss-up. The 1390s have the larger clip, but deal less damage than the T69s. I have no idea how this is going to play out.
I mean, I think if Turtle Police is able to put themselves very strong defensively, they should be able to keep the capture alive. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, the T69 shouldn't have too much of a problem, and with a Pershing in the mix, you've got enough consistent fire and enough burst to the point where I don't think a cap is viable right now for Turtle Police to take.
We're seeing pings all over the minimap as Refuse to Die is trying to figure out where the hell their opponents are, seemingly completely unaware of this bizarre kind of fast cap that's about to be developing.
What's up with both T1 Cunninghams on the hill, though?
Oh, I think have they figured it out? They're once again pinging back to the back side of the map.
I don't think they know it yet.
The movement is still all forward. Here's the first.
They're pinging to the bottom of the hill right now, but there's absolutely nothing there.
The first movement towards the flag cap.
You know what they're seeing? They're seeing buildings going down. They know exactly where Refuse to Die is because of the buildings that they're destroying. And you can see that on this map. It's very open, and there's only a very small cluster of buildings. Not hard to see at all when those buildings are going down.
Now, Turtle Police really taking their time with this. They're going to try to sacrifice a T1 to just figure out exactly what's up. Certainly, Refuse to Die has to be realizing now, where are they? They have to be... they're obviously not in front of us. They're either to our west or behind us.
Yeah, Bag of Kittens is a little bit paranoid right now, including World War II Fanatic, turning their turrets around, back to their own flag. Getting an idea of at least what is happening so far. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Now, still, now Turtle Police is coming back.
Really? That is, they haven't found anything, so... But they also haven't found anything anywhere, so they haven't actually found a weakness. Oh, but this T1 might spot Valkyrie Vewas here in a moment as he moves to the south.
Protector of the Realm is nearly in proxy of Valkyrie Vewas.
Very close, but I think World War II Fanatic and Bag of Kittens are almost perfectly set up to kill him once he gets proxy spotted. But very smart, stopping right below the ridge here. He's waiting for his allies to get in position. From what I'm seeing on the minimap, I believe Turtle Police is prepared to
try to fire. There's that first spot, and great spots going down from the Turtle Police, lighting up a lot of Refuse to Die. No, where are the shots? Nobody's shooting. Except for Protector of the Realm, and that's not very scary.
Yeah, well, I think they're just waiting for those perfect shots. Turtle Police and 1390s, they lose a little bit of their accuracy if they move their turret. They're French tanks, and it's enough to the point where you have to resettle your gun. I think by the time they settled their guns on the very thin shots they have to make through these trains, the shots were already gone.
Chose to hold their shots, so...
4 minutes to go, but I'm kind of having a hard time imagining Turtle Police making an aggressive move on Refuse to Die. And it seems like Refuse to Die is actually sort of refusing to attack in this match. I think it's going to be hard to see something truly happen over here. Despite with still some time on the clock, I just don't see either team making that commitment going across the tracks.
Yeah, very reasonable assessment there, Kev, as there's just so much on the line, so much to lose here. It's 1-1 right now in Battle 3. The next map is so important.
I mean, for both these teams, this is a super important clan war. Going 2 in your regular season is pretty damn good. You keep your Vegas dreams still alive and kicking. Going 1 and 3, not impossible anymore, but that basically forces you to win every single game after it. So this is a really big clan war for both teams. And also one that I'm sure that both teams considered as, okay, this is a winnable one. This is one that we're going to have to win.
That's exactly right. Turtle Police starting to take a little bit of position in the middle of the map. Holding that ridge line, pushing forward as if they want to aggress a little bit, refuse to die. Their movement, again, a little bit bizarre, sort of falling back as if they know what's up. They're realizing the movement. Oh, and we are going to see movement towards the flag. We're going to have both a single T1 and 2 of the 1390s sitting on that flag. That's going to force Refuse to Die to react.
Whoa,
and Turtle Police is in position to fire on them. Oh, this is bizarre.
They were just out of position. It's going to take them a few seconds. That could be crucial time. Oh, there's going to be a push, and it's going to try and screen this cap.
Oh, World War II Fanatic in that Pershing has already taken a ton of damage. The Pershing's going to go right down. Great job here out of Turtle Police stalling and buying time. However, that WZ-132 still in position to reset the cap, and I think he's gotten one shot off. 1390s doing a phenomenal job of holding up those T-69s. One more T-69 falling. Memory leak and Akiyama. Akiyama's been so consistent throughout this whole match. 10 seconds left on cap. That WZ-132 gets another huge reset. Valkyrie View is saving the game here.
But he's so low on HP, man. I don't think he's going to be able to do that over and over again. His teammates really need to win the fight in the middle of the map.
This is it. Turtle Police with some brilliant movement is once again going to make it happen. Turtle Police with the great cap and some pretty clutch decision making there at the end of it.
That was a pretty awesome push right there. Screening as they began the cap. It would have been a wrong decision if they didn't do that screen attack as they began the cap. Completely unsuccessful otherwise.
We just saw our first look at a Pershing in regular season WGL play. And a quick look at the tank lineup here is going to reveal 5100s, big guns, a KV-5 once again coming out for Refuse to Die, and on the other side is T-69s and 1390s, so polar opposites in terms of tank composition. We've got mobility and burst versus burst and hit points. Yeah.
Hit points, man.
Why is the KV-5 so hard to kill, Kev?
This is not something that we see all that often. Most of the time you see both teams going for something similar, either going for the mobile tanks, and then maybe one team squeezes in like 1 or 2 heavies, but it's very rarely that you see 5 heavy tanks with a lot of HP, but not that much mobility, against a super mobile lineup. Ain't that right, Randall?
Yeah, but it looks like Refuse to Die might go for just a straight push here. The T1's leading the way to absorb some shots, and then it looks like Valkyrie Vewas and Stringley are probably going to lead the charge here, trying to use their huge health pool against this very small health pool out of
oh man,
Police.
It's hit points versus mobility, and mobility kind of loses in a situation when it can't run away. Parrot 1 with some unfortunate driving, drives right into a big rock, and he's going to be stuck. 715 points, 53 hit points left to KV-5. Let me ram you! It's a fat kid chasing a little guy on the playground.
Give me the donut.
Finally, Parrot 1 does go down, and it's not to the chase of Valkyrie Vewas.
Akiyama's in a
he's in a terrible spot. He's going to try to get a couple shots on the R2-D2 of that KV-5. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. He is completely cornered, and Refuse to Die has executed a pretty interesting push, but you know what? It came at great cost. They killed those 2 tanks in the middle, but look how slow they are. And now they have to respond to a cap on the other side of the map, while there are T-69s and AMX 1390s kind of plinking away at them. So they've got about 20 seconds to cross the map. And meanwhile, Bao Bao has found Stringley.
He's trying to circle around there.
13.
Doing so far so good. I think the KV-5 is going to try to get a shot on him off as well.
But that's not going to help at all, because the cap is still the real problem. And the only one going back for that is Anubis. He is in a 5100, means he's got a lot of shots. He's got 5 seconds to make one. But alas,
I don't think he has vision, man. He's
not
gonna see them right
gonna
now.
happen.
Oh, it was so close, but not close enough. Turtle Police will close out this match with another cap. And you know, Ben, I have to ask, why did Refuse to Die sacrifice the 2 T1 Collinghams immediately? Wouldn't they have been great in a scenario like this?
They wanted their enemy to start with shots down, and that was the whole point. Unfortunately, they didn't start with enough shots down, so they just didn't come out ahead enough.
You know, I think that it was working a little bit.
They were crushing in pure tank fight.
They crushed the one fight. The problem was they gave up map control, right? And so map control is such an important facet of strategy gameplay. And at the end of the day, that cap is the objective. And if you can't defend that cap, you can't win the map. And I loved the push out of Refuse to Die. It was a very strong, heavy push with a lot of hit points and a lot of firepower.
But their enemy wasn't going to play that game. We saw them just avoid the huge amount of health and damage coming at them and say, we'll just cap you instead. We'll try and make the fight last as long as we can on the other side of the map while we put, I think, was that 2 or 3 tanks on the cap?
3.
There was 3?
Yeah,
so
2 T1s and a 1390.
And that's where T1 play can be so important.
Yeah, you know, I love the kind of play we see out of Turtle Police today. It reminds me of anytime you
they actually react to
like
stuff that's going on in the game. They're not just having a game plan and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're executing it.
Yep.
They look at their lineup and they kind of see what is the best thing to do in this scenario, and they take it from there. It's not like a pre-made plan, and no matter what circumstance we're going to follow the plan, they really adjust well to the situation.
Superb tactical play out of Turtle Police, recognizing situations, taking advantage of situations. That's some great shot calling, I think, as well. So huge kudos to the leadership of that organization. They go on to win 3-1 after dropping their first 2 matches this season. They're now 2-2. They've won 2 in a row, and they're starting to heat up, it looks like.
Want to make that trip to Treasure Island, man? That's what it's all about.
Hey, we all want to be there. I am so stoked.
Do we really want to be there?
Not for 5 days. Not for 5 days, Kev. Our next match is going to be Mop 4 versus Nerve. But before we jump into that, check out what's waiting for us in Vegas.
Are you ready? Welcome to the Wargaming.net League North America World of Tanks. Oh my God! It is time for North America to answer the call of esports. This could be it. 5 seconds left to go. I think we got it at the last second. An amazing play. This is just a taste of what's to come. He's trying to turn it around. Big shots going down all over the place. Oh my shot.